Welcome to the virtual elevator pitch. It's my pleasure to invite Peony, and she is going to tell us all about her company, Jude. You have got 30 seconds to tell us all about it.
2.3 billion people globally suffer from bladder issues, yet nobody talks about it. Our mission is to break this taboo and raise awareness. Jude offers a clinically proven natural supplement to soothe your overactive bladder and reduce nightly visits. 15,000 women have already tried it. We are also launching a pair of leak-proof pants, hold 8 teaspoons of liquid, odor neutralizing, and just super comfy. Join our Facebook group, Jude and Friends, to get the lowdown from real women and check out our products at wearejude.com.
I love, Peony, that you're tackling this issue because people find embarrassing and difficult to talk about. Obviously, the more there are bigger platforms to do it and make it acceptable, the easier it is to then actually find a solution, not suffer in silence. I think it's something that a lot of women suffer in silence. How long ago did you start?
Yeah, we actually launched the company January this year. So we're still a baby. I had the idea about 18 months ago, went out to get private funding. It was me and this idea. We went out to raise £2 million from amazing private investors who all believed this mission has to be done.
And when you were compiling that list, Peony, because I think lots of people watching who might be budding entrepreneurs would want to know, how do you create that list? Does Peony have really good friends and she can just ask them? Or, how did you go about it?
So I have actually been working in startup investment for 3 years before starting this business. So I do have built up a network of investors, but I also do quite a lot of cold outreach. And if you're a budding entrepreneur, I am a big champion for women entrepreneur and female founders. So do reach out to me on LinkedIn and I will try my best to help you.
That's really great. And I think having that knowledge has really helped you, to start something and be funding like that from the get-go is just giving the opportunity for your business to flourish. But equally, I sometimes find, because I did many businesses before, and I think we learn from what we do wrong. And once I got investment too early, and, this time with Trinny London, I really bootstrapped the company for the first couple of years to iron out what I knew I needed in the way of talent and people to help me build the business. So now, since January, how many people are in your team?
I've actually read that article of yours about getting the foundations of the business right before flushing money at the economics of the business. So I've learned a lot from that article. So thank you so much for sharing your experience. We have now 7.5 people in the team. So we're keeping the team quite lean. We have served more than 15,000 women since January. I think only because this issue is so underserved. We still have a lot to learn about how do we get this message out there.
How are you getting that message out there? Are you doing paid advertising yet? Or are you this is not a kind of obvious influencer strategy?
It is not. So we have difficulties on getting people talking about the issue in real life. Our customers just have been amazing because it has been life-changing for them, the supplement. Yeah. So they are happy to come out and talk about it. We also do advertising using unconventional ways. So we launched our newspaper called the Leaky Times because we were worried that no newspaper is going to publish this issue. So we put it on the front page, 1 in 3 women leak. So to get our products, but also this message out there in the mainstream. So yeah, our team is incredibly creative.
I mean, I love that creative. It's brilliant. When I next do a live, I have a lot of women I feel are in the target age group probably is much broader than we imagine in this, because we might just think it's post-baby, post-40 plus. And I think that's probably your biggest market is women who suffer from a level of that incontinence in their 40s plus, or is your market broader than that?
Yeah, our market is definitely broader than that. Our current, I would say, customer base is actually people who are 50 plus. And yeah. I think they have been experiencing this issue for more than 10 years, sometimes 15 years, starting from childbirth. And through 1,000 people research and survey that we've done, actually the severity of bladder issues isn't correlated to age. It's correlated to the number of years untreated. So I think this sent a very powerful message that this issue, yes, is common, but it's completely preventable. and it's treatable. At Jude, we want to bring that message out there so we can lift up people's quality of life, especially in our later years, because those are the years that are just the most brilliant.
When you said people are undiagnosed for 10 years, that from 40, if you're beginning to experience it, you don't need to kind of pretend it's not there anymore, is I think your very strong message. I want to just understand the efficacy of your product, because it's one thing to be highlighting an area, but it's another thing to understand what ingredients you're putting in and how they're working in, and whether you're coming at from a very naturopathic way, or what is the science behind the ingredients you're using.
So we're science-based, evidence-based. Our supplements is made up of 2 ingredients: pumpkin seed extract and soy germ extracts. There are 3 to 4 clinical trials being run on the formulation. They're double-blind, placebo, RCT, which is randomized controlled trials. They're the gold standard of clinical trial, and has been shown effectively reducing daily leaks by 79% and nighttime visits to the loo for 39% over a 12 weeks period. So we are so proud that
that's a great stat. I think clinical trials are important. They can be overused because in this commercial world, we see 70% of women feel whatever. And we always try, at Trinny London, to differentiate between what women feel is happening to their bodies to a blind clinical trial, which is the actual evidence, the medical evidence or the cosmetic evidence of what's happening. So those are brilliant. I mean, 40% increase nearly in nighttime is amazing. Daytime, obviously, we have our mental brain to help with that. So the 70% is it's a great stat, but I think that nighttime stat is the one that, I know I do wake up a bit at night. I think I will be reaching for your product and looking at it. And if you think you have a little bit of a problem and you take it, is that a bad thing? Do you feel the problem has to be quite big in your life? How do you diagnose if you're ready to take this kind of help? Because otherwise you would go to your doctor and get a prescription for something. What is the difference then going to be between the two?
So we definitely recommend, if you start to see that you have urge and overactive bladder symptoms, do talk to your doctor about it, because it might be, a symptom of bigger issue. But of course, the NHS is amazing in so many ways, but they do deprioritize quality of life issue like this one that we're talking about here. So these supplements are preventative measures, but also they show efficacy in just reducing and relieving the symptoms right away after 6 weeks of taking them. So if you're sensing that you're waking up at night more than 2 times, and that's affecting your, daily mood and your energy levels, then take control of your health and take agency of what can make you feel better. And I think the thousands of women in our community in the 40s, in the 50s are just, having this attitude of this is my time, my brilliant years that I want to shine, and I want to make sure they're the best.
That's great. You're incredibly eloquent. I think that you've probably heard quite a few pitches before. And I think that what I get from you, if I was an investor and wanting to invest in your business, is you have great clarity, Peony, in getting your message across on what you do. It's very difficult to do that, to refine the proposition. So I love that you did it so well, and I'm very excited for your business.
Thank you so much, Trinny. I am from Hong Kong, and I wasn't born here. I came here when I was 15 years old, and I don't speak more than 3 consecutive lines of English. So being just able to learn this beautiful language and talk about it and being able to, communicate with you, I'm very proud of it.
You should be.